For anyone in the film industry, no matter where you're from, to be recognized by the Academy is a dream come true.
As everyone was expecting, there were a few major surprises with the announcement of the 76th Academy Awards nominations, and of course, there were enough to raise an eyebrow or two. Needless to say, Oppenheimer and Poor Things dominated the proceedings with 13 and 11 nominations, with Killers of the Flower Moon earning 10 nods and Barbie taking 8. Hello everyone. Today on Oscar Tube, your ultimate destination for vibrant discussions on public figures, celebrities, and all things Grammys, we look into the unforgettable moments, Oscars 2024, snubs and surprises. Well, as some branches of the Academy did not embrace elements of the movies that felt like surefire nominations, and just like every year, the 2024 Academy Awards nominations were a mixed bag to say the least, with no shortage of jaw-dropping surprises and heartbreaking snubs. Well then, let the show begin.
To be nominated can be life-changing. So, let's get into it.
Surprise, Godzilla, -1. What started as a one-week limited engagement in the US has blossomed into Godzilla movie with a record-breaking box office run, becoming one of the most beloved blockbusters in years. The movie was a surprise in almost every way, while the love still just keeps coming. The Oscars' 7 decades-long snubbing of a certain giant lizard is over. As it got nominated for a Best Visual Effects Oscar, it is a more than worthy contender, as it created an incredible-looking monster and showcased great effects with a limited budget. Snub, Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon. As the Oscars' love-hate relationship with Leonardo DiCaprio continues, the Best Actor lineup wasn't a total surprise after all. DiCaprio spent much of awards season so far campaigning solely for his co-star, Lily Gladstone. Even if it didn't come as a surprise, voters were still left amused. After all, it took the actor 6 Oscar nominations to finally land his first win for the 2015 action film The Revenant. It's a survival film about a hunter in the 1820s. And of course Gladstone made it, as did Robert De Niro for Best Supporting Actor, Martin Scorsese in Best Director, and the film itself in Best Picture, but it didn't get every single nomination, as the screenwriting duo of Scorsese and 7-time nominee Eric Roth also went unrecognized. Surprise! Justine Triet and Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. Apart from the highly competitive nature of this year's Best Actress race, many believed that Sandra Hüller would be able to squeeze into the lineup with her beguiling performance in Anatomy of a Fall, but it was a real thrill to see her Palme d'Or winning French film director Justine Triet managing to sneak in and get the Best Director nomination, the only woman in the category this year. Anatomy of a Fall was also nominated for Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Editing. At the same time, France's decision to submit the critically acclaimed The Taste of Things as its international feature contender instead of Anatomy of a Fall that was following Triet's criticisms of the French government, which backfired spectacularly, so it was snubbed entirely. Snub, Greta Lee and Celine Song for Past Lives. Greta Lee was also overlooked too for her wonderfully delicate performance in Past Lives, as was the film's Helmer Celine Song in Best Director. Over a year ago, when Celine Song's Past Lives premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, it was immediately marked as a front-runner for the awards. While the film did get into the Best Picture and Best Screenplay categories, the love for this movie was not much than we expected. As Greta Lee is the beating heart of the film, communicating most of the narrative with her simple gestures and low-key dialogue. It was the biggest snub by far for Best Actress. It comes at a shock that Annette Bening got in over her for a film that is much less beloved. Surprise. Napoleon. Ridley Scott's Napoleon. The film may not have impressed critics, but laughably, it will have the phrase Oscar nominated forever attached to it, as it made an impact with the below-the-line of branches earning 3 nominations including Costume Design, Best Production Design, and Visual Effects. Snub, Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie for Barbie. Greta Gerwig made the most successful movie of 2023, and yet, she was still not recognised in the Best Director category, and Barbie herself wasn't a part of the Barbie package. Margot Robbie picked up awards nominations almost everywhere she went, while she didn't get into the Best Actress category, but Barbie did however secure nods for Best Picture, Adapted Screenplay, Production Design, Costume Design, and for 2 of the original songs, I'm Just Ken and What Was I Made For? But unfortunately it didn't do quite as well as expected. Barbie also missed out on some other technical nominations, such as cinematography and editing, but it did pull off a Dark Horse Supporting Actress nomination for America Ferrera, and alongside another nod for Ryan Gosling in the Best Supporting Actor category. Anyway, both Ferrera and Gosling went on to express their disappointment for Gerwig and Robbie not being nominated. Gosling even released a statement on Twitter, X, saying he was honoured by his nomination, but that there would be no Ken without Barbie, and no Barbie movie without Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie. Just as the internet echoed his outrage, even Hillary Clinton went in to tweet, "Greta and Margot, while it can sting to win the box office but not take home the gold, your millions of fans love you. You're both so much more than Ken Off." Also for Dua Lipa's toe-tapping hit, Dance the Night, arguably the catchiest song in the entire movie, also missed out. Surprise! Christopher Nolan, Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., and Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. Whether Christopher Nolan is your speed or not, the Academy loves him. Oppenheimer, the drama about the man who developed the atomic bomb, led all films with 13 nominations in both what are sometimes considered major categories, such as Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, and Adapted Screenplay, and technical categories such as Sound, Production Design, and Visual Effects. Oppenheimer has been nominated for Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Original Score, Best Sound, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Production Design, and Best Film Editing. Also, Christopher Nolan has been nominated for Best Director, Cillian Murphy as Best Actor in a Leading Role, Robert Downey Jr. for Best Actor in a Supporting Role, and Emily Blunt for Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Well, it is not a record as a couple of other films, including Titanic, have received 14. Anyway, still it is a very big total. In another year, Poor Things 11 nominations or Killers of the Flower Moon's 10 would have led the nominations, but not up against this kind of an explosive acclaim. Well, as the countdown for the 2024 Oscar ceremony begins for the 10th of March, the notable nominations, snubs and surprises do add an extra layer of intrigue, sparking discussions and debates about the diversity and recognition of talent in the film industry. So, if you enjoyed today's feature, don't forget to subscribe our channel and show some love by hitting that like button and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in, and get ready for more captivating episodes on OscarTube. See you soon.